What is up, committee? We're hyped. We're back. It's Thanksgiving break. We don't have school, and we are podcast by committee. I am Joe, and I'm joined by my co-hosts Logan and Graham. How are you guys doing this week?
I would say I'm probably the best I've ever been in my life.
Yeah?
Broncos are best team in football right now, Not crazy to say that,
No?
Yeah, right.
Will we ever lose again? Probably not. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think you're hit it right in the head.
I just don't see a path where we don't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I think you're entirely right there. I think Russell Wilson's the best quarterback ever. So.
That run defense is locked down. Every single run play. I mean, that's a 3-yard loss every time.
Yeah, we only had 87 yards by Alexander Madison this week, man.
That is such. It's so. But he did fumble. He did fumble. So there's the plus.
That takes away everything he did.
Hey, I'm pumped for the boys. Graham, how you doing?
I'm doing great. You know what? A great quality in a team is that they beat the teams that they should beat by a lot. And that's the Cowboys, man. I love them so much.
I don't, but that's okay.
Dak, 189 yards against the Panthers, Prescott.
Hey.
Back at it again.
Cowboys defense got me a lot of points in fantasy this week, so big dubs. The Colts were on a bye this week, which honestly some people don't like when the team's on a bye. I think it gives me a little bit like a mental break,
I do too, yeah. I like
we went into the bye with 2 straight wins, and now it's okay, let the boys chill, get healthy, and we're gonna be back against I think it's the Buccaneers this week.
Yeah.
So a bit of a mental break, and I'm ready to watch some Colts football this week. So should be a blast.
I would not.
I am a big Gardner Minshew fan. So, and something tells me methinks I'll be bringing up Zach Moss later in this episode. So.
Oh. Oh no.
Let's. What?
Couldn't tell you why you would be bringing up Zach Moss.
It'll be shocking. Let's hit news and notes. First off, in this business, in this industry that we are figureheads in, of course.
Yeah.
We're the leaders in our industry.
Right.
Sometimes we have bad takes. It happens. It's gonna happen. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
I tell you how bad my starts and sits were last week.
Well, that's actually where I'm going.
That listened to me.
That's where I'm going. I told you to sit Calvin Ridley, who is one of the most inconsistent players in football.
Mm-hmm.
He had a really good game. I admitted the matchup was good, but I thought he was going to remain inconsistent, and he did, but on the upswing of the inconsistency. That was on me. Plus, I told you to sit Jahan Dotson, who I think at least had 1 touchdown. So, a couple bad ones. My starts weren't bad, but I'm
you guys just need to get an exemption list like me. It really helps you out, helps you clear your mind.
But then it wouldn't be special, though.
I guess.
Mine were all bad. I'll tell you right now. I said start Keaton Mitchell. He didn't do well. I said start James Conner. He did very poorly.
True.
And I said start Jerome Ford, and he had a touchdown and a few yards.
Yeah.
I said sit Joe Mixon. He popped off.
Yep.
I said sit David Njoku. He popped off. And I said sit James Cook, and he had an early touchdown. I don't actually know how well he did, but he had an early touchdown.
Who was it?
Yeah. James Cook.
He had a decent game. He had 70, 80 yards on the ground.
At least I had some redeemable players unlike Graham, so we're firing Graham.
Yeah.
We're Pitbull.
Listen, that's fair.
Pitbull.
Call back.
We
don't have loyal enough fans for that, Joe.
No,
to be making references to previous episodes.
Hey, but if you want to be a loyal fan, how about this? Go listen to us on all platforms. Follow, share all platforms. Go check out our TikTok. We are posting TikToks every single day. I'm posting clips. I'm posting slideshows. A whole bunch of fun football content.
And we're
also active on Instagram. And we have a couple of haters on TikTok actually. So suffering from success
feels good.
Hey,
any exposure is good exposure,
That's true.
How you know you've made it.
Yeah.
And I'll let you in on one of them left a nasty comment, so I dropped the hardest quote of the year on him. I said, "Grind while they sleep, so you can live how they dream." And he was speechless, to say the least.
Actually, he commented back.
He did comment back, but I forgot what it was.
Yes, quote, which one of these freaks are you?
That's such a baller comeback.
You kind of cook with that one, I'm not going to lie.
I did not tell him. So it could be any of us. I hope he's not listening.
He's probably
But anyways, we can keep going with news. Zach Wilson has been benched. Not a big surprise there. It was kind of just a matter of when. Honestly, kind of a sad year for the Jets unless Aaron comes back if they're still in the playoff race, which they probably won't be. So Tim Boyle will be starting, I believe.
Who's the other? Do they have another QB on the roster?
Trevor Simeon.
Trevor. Ooh.
Yeah.
Gosh,
And Logan, you were talking about the Tim Boyle before the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about him? What
horrible college player?
Yeah. How did you can go look at his stats.
What I've read is that Aaron Rodgers wanted him in Green Bay, and that's why he got picked up. Is what I saw in TikTok comment sections today.
That is the only thing that would make sense because he was terrible in college.
I mean, we'll see
terrible.
him next week.
Yeah, he is.
I bet Aaron
starting.
Rodgers wanted him because he knew that he would never start over him.
Oh,
he would never create a quarterback controversy.
Yeah,
that's the same reason why Brian Hoyer is still in the league. But I guess we know what happened on the Raiders. So, what else? Let's see.
Tommy DeVito.
Oh yeah, Tommy DeVito.
I want to talk about Tommy DeVito. He had a great game. Shocking. I didn't see that coming. I figured he was going to be a guy.
He threw a dime to Darius Slayton.
Yeah.
Threw a dime to Saquon.
Yeah.
Fun storyline. I don't know. He'll probably be around. I think he can be a backup next year, or maybe if they don't draft anyone and Danny Dimes is gone, spot start. I don't know.
Spot start. That's
yeah.
I guess, man. I was shocked. That's something that took me aback, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was not really paying attention to that game. I'm like, I was like, Giants won. And then I see he threw for 3 touchdowns.
It's fun, though.
It's fun. He's a cool-looking dude, you know?
Yeah. He seems like a nice kid. Justin Herbert was failed this week. I think we can all agree on that.
Oh, yeah.
The offensive line didn't perform the best. Some brutal drops from the receivers. The defense was bad.
Listen.
He did all he could, man.
Here's our take as a podcast. I've been saying it for a while. Quentin Johnston is not a good player.
Oh, I never said that.
I said it, and I called it. He's trash.
I think I don't think he was ever, I don't know, looking at him coming out, I just never thought he was going to be like that guy day one. He's too.
I don't think he's ever.
Those physical guys, it's hard to just like come in and be, when you're a physical guy in college, to come in and be a physical guy in the NFL too.
Especially like right away.
I also don't like drafting those only physical. He wasn't a physical guy. Now that I'm thinking about it, he was a big, who wasn't really a jump ball guy. I didn't like him as a prospect, but I still think you give him time. He obviously is.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I
completely forgot. He was one of those guys who's like huge, but wasn't really a jump ball guy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just a really weird, like, kind of archetype to be in.
Did you guys see? I mean, obviously, the Chargers lost to the Packers, and he had that terrible drop on like 3rd down that set up 4th and long, and he was in an interview after the game. You know, you feel bad for him. He's talking about how it was on him, and it was some procedural thing where he had his name tag on the locker, and they just like ripped it off. And like someone was just like, "Well, I guess he's cut now." But it was a pretty funny video. But I'm sure. I mean, we can't count him out. Obviously, I mean, he's still a rookie. I mean, it's tough to come in like and be a super physical guy.
Yeah, I think it's tough because I think that is when you're that big, that's something you probably need to add to your game. Being a physical guy, and also it's like so many receivers. Like first-round receivers are producing right away now. Mm-hmm. You got your Jamar Chases, your Justin Jeffersons.
Yeah,
that's just kind of like when some guy doesn't come in and light it up year one.
Yeah,
it's just seen as a disappointment. Which it's disappointing.
Been spoiled. Yeah, we've been spoiled by like I think some receiver classes. You know, but
and this upcoming one I think will spoil us. Which last year was a iffy receiver class. Like, I don't think it was that good. I think
it wasn't.
I don't know. Zay Flowers isn't a top. Like, he's good, but he's not. He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be an argument for like, I don't know. Like next year's class, I don't know if he would be top 5 as a prospect.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah,
because you got studs coming out next year, which we'll definitely talk about in the offseason. That's probably going to be the main thing we talk about.
Yeah. Also, get ready for the offseason podcast. Committee. We're going to be continuing in the offseason, just so you know. So.
Me and Joe had a very long conversation about this year's receivers class.
One prospect per week.
podcast.
Me and Joe could talk about Troy Franklin for 4 episodes in a row.
Yeah, go
We're
look
big
up
Troy
Oregon,
Franklin fans.
Oregon wide receiver Troy Franklin. Excuse me.
Franklin.
And maybe we'll find the new Keaton Mitchell. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
he's probably
last
going to be
year.
like a first rounder, so I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. But
Keaton Mitchell.
But yeah, going back to Quentin Johnson, just remember a year ago he was going against like Big 12 corners, and now he's going against NFL guys. I mean, it just takes time on any player. So just that's
I'd
kind
say
of
he's just trash.
You think?
Oh
He's
yeah.
just
Cut him.
Yeah,
Cut
That's good. That's good analysis. There.
Yeah, if you don't produce like year one, who even are you?
Yeah. Especially as like the wide receiver 3 role starting out. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Then obviously, Bengals versus Ravens was a tough game.
Sad game.
Sad game. The injuries piled up, and 2 season-ending ones. Although maybe Mark Andrews could.
They said
come
a
back
shot
really
in the
late.
dark, and then they said deep playoff run. He could be back for.
So maybe a Cam Akers type situation from a couple years ago. I don't know, but Joe Burrow done for the year. I can't believe I just said Cam Akers situation.
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews to Cam Akers.
But obviously Mark Andrews' ankle, Joe Burrow's wrist, most likely out for the year. Both of them, unless obviously what we just said. And then I wanted to share this stat with you guys. This was via Yahoo Sports. When Calvin Ridley and Zay Jones both play for the Jaguars, Calvin Ridley averages 17.2 fantasy points per game. When it is just Calvin Ridley, 6 fantasy points per game.
That's because he's had like 2 weeks.
What's the sample size there?
I don't know. I didn't.
It's like 3 weeks.
I just saw it on my Instagram like 10 minutes before we started recording, and I was like, sure, I'll put it out there.
That's good journalism.
So I don't know.
There.
I know that's good journalism. Not caring enough, but I don't know. Zay Jones is a huge threat, I guess. Best receiver in the league.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny, but
probably not. I don't think he's the best receiver in the league.
Yeah, probably not. He's probably like top. Do you guys think who's the 100th best receiver in the league?
Okay,
like Darnell Mooney.
No, no.
100th
would be like would have to because that's
maybe like
it's got to be a bad wide receiver 3.
Yeah,
like a bad wide receiver 3,
like Trey Palmer.
Oh, maybe.
Let me
see.
This is an interesting conversation. Actually,
no, because wide receiver 3s would take you down to because you would have 32, 64, and then you would have 90. So it'd be a really good receiver 4 or really bad receiver 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean. Yeah, sometimes like teams have better wide receiver 4s and wide receiver 3s.
Scotty Miller, he could be
really. I feel like I don't know. I don't think he's that bad.
Maybe like a Dontavion Wicks.
No.
Joe's a Dontavion Wicks fan.
No, I'm a Dontavion Wicks fan.
I just want to state for the committee here. Me and Joe were playing Madden earlier, and Joe started Madden, and he, as Jordan Love, threw an absolute brick to me as Dontavion Wicks in the end zone, and it was picked up.
Graham said, "Throw it to me," and I was like, "Okay."
He threw the worst pick of all time in the end zone.
I'm so bad at Madden. I'm so terrible. Anyways. But realistically, 100th best receiver in the league is probably maybe Jalen Guyton. Of course, he had a good week.
What brought Jalen Guyton to your mind?
I can see that.
A couple years ago, he was solid. Like 2 or 3 years ago, and he had a touchdown last week.
I could see a Quez Watkins.
I don't think he's kind of maybe an Olamide Zaccheaus. If we're on the Eagles depth receivers,
I guess.
If we're already on that, then we can switch to the other one, Olamide Zaccheaus. Or if we're going for either former or current Atlanta Falcon wide receiver 3s, Cardero Hodge is a very intriguing possibility. Former Browns,
or maybe, a Randall Cobb.
If we're going team hopping, we went from Eagles to Falcons, From Falcons to Eagles, from Browns to Falcons with Cordero Hodge. Maybe Rashard Higgins. Do you guys remember him?
Rashard Higgins. I remember
Browns.
He had that mistargeting call.
Is he still in the Panthers?
He's just taking this opportunity to name every wide receiver.
Yeah, he's just trying to rename it.
I'm flexing. I know. I'm just having fun right now.
We remember Rashard Higgins.
For anyone that doesn't look at fantasy football 24/7, they won't understand that. But
do people that look at fantasy football know who Rashard Higgins is?
No, they don't. I don't think he's on a team right now.
I feel like that's the title of the episode. We love Rashard Higgins.
Dude, I love bringing up random players. It's my favorite thing ever. Anyways, do you guys have any more news and notes? That was a 15-minute segment. Jeez.
No, I think I'm good.
All right, cool. So we can run through MVP and bust for fantasy football. Mine is Calvin Ridley, 9 targets, 7 catches, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. I was wrong. I'll admit. Great game with Trevor. Jags rolled over the Titans. Nothing much to say there. So
True.
That's it.
I got it.
All right.
I got Saquon Barkley, 30 points, 14 carries for 83 yards, and then 4 catches for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Big.
On both sides, receiving, dual threat.
Yeah.
It was a good game.
Good.
I like him. I
what
had
Tony
him stock
Pollard
up.
was supposed to be.
Yeah, I had him stock up a few weeks ago, which this was not the expected carries. I figured he was going to be getting 30 carries a game, but hey, they gave him some deep balls. Whatever.
They did.
I like it. Graham, what's yours?
My MVP this week is going to be Dallas defense.
Yep. Fair.
It's partly because it's my team, but they also popped off. 1 interception for a touchdown. I will note that's the best corner in the league, Deron Bland.
To the committee, Graham has not stopped talking about Deron Bland for a week straight. So
he might be the best corner I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh. Well, then you've seen like 3 corners.
I've seen Trayvon Diggs.
Mid.
But yeah, they also had a fumble recovery and 7 sacks. So
they had 7 sacks? I didn't even know that, dude.
Did you know
that's crazy?
Did you know that the Commanders had 9 sacks on Tommy?
Yes, and they still lost.
I know they had 9 sacks.
Yeah,
wow.
that's crazy.
And
After trading Chase Young,
I knew it was a lot.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
After
more
trading
embarrassing for the Giants then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Bad offensive line.
If we treat like De'Aaron Bland the same way that we treated like Puka Nacua, can we say he's like a system corner? Since like the guy in front of him got hurt and then he does the same thing by getting a lot of interceptions. I think De'Aaron Bland is a system.
It's Deron.
I called him
De'Aaron?
Darren one day. I called him Darren one day.
That's awful.
I don't know. It's rough, but yeah, system corner in my book.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
He's like a 90.
He's no Jaquan McMillian.
That's true. Right. He's no Julian Blackman. I'll start off with bust. Someone who I didn't know had both 2 R's and 2 T's in his name. I have Garrett Wilson.
I have the same exact player, and I knew you
said
after you said the R's and the T's.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know he had 2 R's and 2 T's in Garrett. Anyways,
I think I did.
2 catches off
Garrett?
It's sometimes it's just 1 T.
Okay.
But usually it's 2 R's. Anyways, 2 catches off of 8 targets, 9 yards. Zach Wilson sucks. Tim Boyle sucks. They all suck. Except Aaron Rodgers.
One question about him. I don't know if you guys know, but like in our half PPR format, he had -0.9. Did he throw it? He fumbled? Okay.
Yeah, he fumbled.
That's rough, dude. That's rough.
Yes, it is.
That's why we don't play half PPR.
Why not?
Where I'm from. We play PPR.
Where you're from?
It doesn't make a difference because he would have done bad compared to all the other PPR receivers anyway.
Just would have scaled up.
Give him enough points.
Would he have been your MVP in PPR?
Yeah. PPR MVP.
All right. Graham, do you need to talk about him anymore, or you got it?
No, I mean, that's it.
All right. Our bus was Garrett. Logan, what do you got?
See, I had a guy, it just makes me feel good because I called him being bad.
Yep.
So I had him as a sit, Deontay Johnson, 2 for 16.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Kenny Pickett,
that was an ugly game.
Yeah. It was. Browns defense is great though. We knew it, and they just keep balling out every week.
I was at a family Thanksgiving during the games, and there was 2 TVs, and they both had that game on. It was something.
Awesome. That's like a fever dream. That's insane.
Yeah, it was insane.
But if that's all we got, I have my questions of the week.
Oh, I'm pumped for these.
My mystery box of questions. First one. Because I actually have 3, because my mind was moving this week. This is a yes or no for time purposes.
Okay.
If you want to say a couple words, that's fine. I'm not gonna force it on you. Should Jordan Love start next year for the Packers? Go.
Probably.
Yes or no?
Fan.
If you were Brighton Gutekunst, you have to make a decision right now. I'm saying yes.
Yeah, I'm saying yes.
Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I mean, he showed a lot of promise at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's happened to him, honestly.
But I mean, he didn't have a bad game
games
this week.
Yeah, he has good games every once in a while now, but it's not like
I don't. It's still. I think you do start him unless if you have an opportunity come up.
Yeah,
to get a guy.
Because every year,
guy,
there's rumors about great quarterbacks becoming available, but he's shown playmaking. He's had some really bad moments, but he's shown some playmaking ability in his first year as the full-time starter. And it's not something to be sad about.
I think it's definitely time to reload that team. Yes. I don't think Aaron Jones or AJ Dillon are in the long-term plans.
No, but
that team.
The young receiver room is great.
The receiver room. The receiver room would be if they could get that guy. If they probably in the draft this year, again, we're talking about that great receiver class. Mm-hmm. If they can get a guy in that draft, these are great complementary receivers. They just don't have that guy. I think that's their biggest problem. And I think if you get Jordan Love that guy and he still doesn't succeed, then you can talk about. But he doesn't really have that guy.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think the thing to also consider is that these guys are all still developing because they're all very young players. Especially Christian Watson had a great season last year. This year he's been really banged up, so I don't know. If he gets another full season under his belt, healthy, maybe he is that guy, like you said. But I agree with you. I think the offense it's missed a true alpha as a receiver. But I think overall they have a lot of young guys that are developing pretty well.
Where are they at in the draft order right now?
I want to say their record is probably, I don't know off the top of my head.
I feel like they're 4-6.
They're not top 10, are they? I think they'll be close.
I don't know when this was updated.
The Colts are 15 or something like that.
15? Yeah, they're 4-6.
So they might be 12.
So yeah, it depends. But see, it's kind of I don't know. But I think this is a deep receiver class. You get a guy like Keon Coleman in there, and I think this could be a good offense.
So consensus is keep him around. Let him start.
Probably.
All right, cool. My next question. What is the best team in the NFC? Ooh. You got Eagles. You got 49ers. You got Lions, Cowboys, other teams that I'm blanking on.
Graham, I'm curious. I'll go.
I'm also curious. Coming from a Cowboys fan, let us know. What do you think?
Because I don't watch, Broncos. I watch AFC.
I mean, it's tough because, if I'm going on how much I like a team, obviously I don't like the Eagles very much, but, their record is different. But I don't know. I think the 49ers had some really slow weeks recently, but I think that they will.
The last 2 weeks, though. Man.
Yeah. I would think they will be a very, very good team down the stretch. So I want to say down the stretch, I'm going to go 49ers still.
Yeah, okay. I think that's a good it makes me glad that you say that as a Cowboys fan. I think that shows well, yeah. It could be though. It could be. They have that it's coming together.
It is.
Maybe.
It's coming together a little bit. I want it to be the Lions so bad.
I do too, but I think it's between I don't know. There's a lot of teams I went for, but I think 49ers are just the most complete team in football right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
so. I think when the 49ers are on, when Brock Purdy's making the throws,
because they're unstoppable. He has been making the throws.
He had a perfect pass rating this week.
Yep.
But, the Lions, their quarterback just threw 3 interceptions. They were down 2 scores in the late game. They still won.
And they won.
Game.
Yeah.
They just have that it factor that you have to look out for.
They have that coach, man. They have that coach that has the team absolutely going.
I think the Lions I think the NFC as a whole is I think it's better than the AFC right now.
I think it's a lot better than we thought it was going to be.
I think it's so much better than we thought it was.
Do you think it's fair to say the AFC has been more injured this year? Because I feel like it has been.
Maybe, but I think the NFC, I think the Super Bowl champion will be out of the NFC this year.
That's probably fair.
That's an interesting
take. I think it will be. I think 4 of the 5 best teams in football right now are in the NFC.
That's not a bad take.
Because I think you got Eagles, 49ers, Lions, and then the Cowboys. I think the only 2 teams that would be arguing for that would be the Ravens and Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask you. That's what I was going to ask. Which AFC team is it? Ravens or Chiefs for you?
I'd probably put Ravens over Chiefs.
I would too.
More complete team, and I think I don't know. That loss to the Browns was questionable, but also that defense can play with anyone and that offense can play with anyone.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And they're not.
And they showed it against the Lions.
Yeah.
They did.
And I don't think they'll
against...
get behind in games. I just don't think the Ravens are the team to tie. I mean, they might lose close ones, but it's hard to.
And they're one of those teams that haven't had like one of those rare teams, honestly, that haven't had like a crazy big injury. Like
besides Mark Andrews.
Besides Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, I guess they just had that, but
Isaiah
Likely can step in and work for him.
But he definitely does different things for the offense.
That's true.
Mm.
But like, I feel like Mark Andrews was used, but like,
I think they're fine without
red zone guy.
I think they'll be okay. I mean, obviously Todd Monken's done a great year as the first-year offensive coordinator that came from Georgia, and I think they keep finding playmakers to add to this offense and finding guys like, I mean, we talk about him a lot, but Keaton Mitchell, I mean, he's been electric and he's been taking carries and opportunities, and Harbaugh's recognized how good he's been, and I think the offense has been a lot more electric than we saw last year, the year before. And I think good.
I think the fantasy football community is really upping the Mark Andrews injury like it's game ending because it's bad for fantasy teams. But for the Ravens as a whole, I really don't think it's.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
Going to be that awful.
Mm-hmm.
That run game is still amazing.
Gus Edwards is having a really good year, and especially because this is obvious, but you still have Lamar Jackson.
You still have Lamar.
Such an amazing weapon.
Lamar has made a lot worse receiver cores look a lot better. Like his MVP year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and are we going to now see Zay Flowers get more targets? That's great.
Yeah,
I love that.
So we got off track there. So top dog in the NFC, we're saying, who was it?
we started talking about
49ers.
The Ravens more than the
NFC
right there.
We got off track. So 49ers is kind of the consensus.
Yeah, I would say so.
More or less. I mean, obviously there's others.
I mean, that D-line, man. That D-line is just...
With Chase Young.
It's good.
My last question. I should probably make this one quick. What is the biggest lesson you've learned in fantasy football this year?
All right,
I've got mine.
Go ahead, somebody.
Graham, go.
Okay. This is kind of complex. You have to draft good players. Okay, not like players in good situation. No, not just players in good situations. You don't just draft like the RB1 for a team. Like, I don't know, but
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
you have to draft players that can perform no matter what.
Like proven guys.
So like when I look at somebody like that, I see Saquon. Saquon is a great player. He's just in a bad situation. But we saw him like this week where he goes crazy and outperforms his projections. And so I think it's those kind of guys that will win you your fantasy.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of times just don't overthink. Good players are going to be good.
Yeah, don't fall into the trap of, okay, well, this guy is the uncontested whatever, even though he's not that good, because anyone can be replaced.
Yeah, because that's like Drake London. Like, we were like, he's the wide receiver 1. This guy's going in like super early rounds, and he's horrible. He's not just fantasy. Just
because like in the beginning of the year, it's perceived that there's only one guy that's an option at a position.
Yeah.
Teams are always looking to bring in talent, try out new guys. So if that player isn't that talented and you're only drafting them because of potential opportunity share,
yeah, I think that's good. I think. That's a good thing to get waivers off of, but drafting, not. Because waivers, then you can. But drafting, those guys, the bad players can get replaced.
Yeah,
very easy. I think that's a really good point.
That's why, if we can find an easy example, Miles Sanders, man. I mean, this year, absolutely. I thought. I mean, I didn't think he was going to set the world on fire. Obviously,
Van Jefferson.
I thought he was going to be solid. I thought Miles Sanders. Who else are they going to hand the ball off to? And that's the pattern of thinking that's tough to get out of, but you have to get out of it because he hasn't been good this year. He just hasn't been, and that's why they've given carries to Chuba Hubbard because they want to find somebody else,
Yeah.
And I think that's a good lesson. So, Logan, what's your biggest lesson in fantasy this year?
I think it's that the top 3 or 4 tight ends are invaluable. I think. Like your Kelce's, your Hawkinsons, your Andrews before the injuries. I mean, those are the most valuable players, I think.
Yeah.
Because like
Kittle, yeah.
And
now that I found Schultz, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
But like in my other league where I don't have him, I have Evan Ingram every week. It's just like having 7 points as a starter is just rough compared to dudes who have.
I feel like this year's kind of an exception. Like, it's weird. Like, you should stick to that, absolutely. Like, get a top 4 tight end. But, like, this year we've seen guys, like, actually step up and do well. Like Sam Laporta, Dalton Kincaid. We've seen Trey McBride recently. A lot of guys, like, actually play well.
But those are still – they aren't as consistent.
Yeah.
That's also a problem.
It's
consistency.
Kincaid is.
Yeah, Kincaid is. But will he be when not?
I wasn't trying to split hairs. I was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. But I think – and Kittle you can add to that list. That has been –
He's been great.
But I think those are just so valuable.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I never draft him. And I probably won't. I probably still won't.
Yeah. Never learn.
I just never
learn.
Bring my because I'll be like, oh, that's way too high, and then I'll be like, oh, I really wish I had that guy. But
so my lesson this year was stick. It's a long fantasy season, longer than you think. Stick to the guys you drafted. You have plenty of time to see if they work out. Trade deadline isn't usually till like week 11 in some leagues. Stick to the guys you drafted. You have plenty of games to figure it out. I mean, I saw that with Kittle this year, who had a really slow start to the year. Yeah. I saw that with Olave, who had a kind of slow start to the year, kind of a valley in the middle. I saw that with, at times, Bijan Robinson, who had a valley in the middle of the season. They had mountaintops at the beginning and kind of where we are now, but he had a valley in the middle. I just think
low mountains.
But overall, I think my main message is just when you draft a guy and you're very, very, very confident in him and the opportunity I mean, not to bring up the opportunity share thing again, but the chance he has to be special, do not give up on him 4 or 5 weeks in, which is I did that on DJ Moore this year. I was 100% in on DJ Moore, and then I traded him 4 or 5 weeks into the season, and then he went off. You know,
who'd you trade? So tell the committee.
I traded. We've already said I traded him and Alexander Madison for Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson has not been that bad recently. He's a solid RB2. Okay, but like I said, just don't give up on your guys too early.
Besides Ramondre Stevenson?
That's it.
That's it?
That was it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe, the thing is, like, when you run trades past me, I feel like you have, like, some golden insight that I have no idea about. So I'm like, yeah, sure, that's a good idea. Because I have no idea. I have no idea if you have, like, this insider information.
I do have a golden insight. I do. And that's why we found Keaton Mitchell.
Wow.
So that's yeah, I know. But if that's all we got for the questions, let's go to Logan's start sit exemption list.
Derrick Henry, easily.
Okay.
I think he's just. I love him so much that I want to stop having to talk about his failures. Yeah. You know, because it's not him. You know, I promise you.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I'm just sad. This one's not out of hatred like George Pickens was, or Gabe Davis. This one's out of a somber sadness in my heart.
Yeah.
For a person who should have been gone at the trade deadline, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
get Derrick Henry ring. He should have been a Bronco.
We always forget to actually explain what this is every week because, like, we might have new listeners. This is a player that Logan refuses to put on a start or sit list because they're very inconsistent and make him mad. So.
No, this one makes me sad, though.
Sad.
Yeah.
And
makes me have negative emotions. And this one's Derrick Henry. Rest in peace.
So let's slide right into starts and sits. Who wants to go first with their starts? Yes, Logan. You raised your hand.
I only wrote down 2. I think I just forgot to write down another. But
okay.
I have... What did I write here?
Oh my
I can't read my own handwriting.
This is like the second time this has happened.
Oh, this is what I did. I just wrote, instead of Brian Robinson, I wrote Brian Washington because he plays on Washington.
Brian Washington.
But I'm putting Brian Robinson just because I feel like he's been putting up good
Dallas.
points.
Dude, he's the RB4 right now. He's like the
Dallas
RB4.
defense.
I know. Yeah. Which, so I guess you're probably starting him, but also I'm kind of doing this just so he can let me down. And I can put him on the exemption list.
Smart.
But
Smart.
and I haven't tried it. You know, I feel like every time we start our system, he does the opposite.
I mean, yeah.
So I'm coming back. It's been a few weeks. Let's try him. You know,
Yeah,
and then the second guy I got
the curse is broken.
is Alexander Madison at Chicago, or not at. I don't know if it's at or not. It's at Chicago.
Yeah,
but playing Chicago. I know
good.
he's just. I feel like you should start him. He's the one. I thought Ty Chandler was going to get a bigger role because I didn't know if Madison was going to play because of concussion stuff. But he looks healthy.
Yep.
I mean, he's not very good, but they'll give him carries. So
yeah.
Go ahead.
True.
Graham, what you got?
All right, so I've got start Kyler Murray against the Rams because he's a dog.
Good matchup.
I picked him up in our fantasy league, and I'm very happy about that. He's going to carry me. Next, I've got Michael Pittman against Bucs defense.
Dang it.
I like Pittman against this weaker. I think they're like 29th against wide receivers. So that's a great matchup, and he's a great receiver. So, and then I've got Gus Edwards versus the Chargers. This is definitely going to be a 2-touchdown, 5 yards rushing, and 9 attempts game for Gus.
Yeah.
But he will get you your points. So, yeah.
Sorry, who was your first one?
Kyler Murray.
Okay, so you took 2 of my 3. Okay, cool. So my first one is Ramondre Stevenson versus the Giants. Good matchup. He's been getting the carries recently, and with the quarterback dumpster fire.
Yep.
I think they're going to rely on the running game.
Do you think they win that game?
Ooh, that is a brutal outing.
We'll talk about it later.
Wait, who did you
Who's
say
favored?
they
Can you tell me who's favored?
No, we can't because that will spoil my upset.
That's your upset? Okay.
Yeah.
Who did they play?
You know, I'll make a pick. It's Giants
don't
or
yet.
Patriots.
Don't yet.
Don't?
Save
okay.
It for later. Save it for
Can
later.
I? Okay. All right, I'll save it for later.
No.
So, but I start Ramondre Stevenson. I think maybe you should be anyways, but if you're not, start him. He's playing the Giants. Good matchup. I think he'll get a decent amount of carries. And then my next one, piggybacking off of Graham, I said Ravens running backs. Mm-hmm. The only reason I didn't say Gus Edwards is because I love Keaton Mitchell. He's grouped in there.
I respect that.
Good matchup. Again, Chargers defense is bad. And they'll probably run the ball a decent bit, so, they'll get some touchdowns. Fun. And then, like Graham said, Michael Pittman, who has been the epitome of consistency this year at the fantasy football wide receiver position. Good matchup. They have a phenomenal run defense, which will deter maybe a couple of the runs they put on Taylor and Moss. And then, they've been giving Pittman a consistent and good amount of targets. So I think he'll have a solid game and, throw him in your lineups. So that's mine. Logan.
My sits?
Yes.
I marked one off because I don't like it, so I'm not going to say that one. But I have James Cook versus Philadelphia.
Same.
Ooh, nice.
I just think it could be good. I think he's going to get carries. He looked good the last few weeks, besides the 2 fumbles against the Broncos. But that's the Broncos. You're going to do that. We're a bunch of dogs. So
yeah.
And then my second one is, you're probably going to start him, but Austin Eckler against Baltimore? Nah. I don't know if you like it.
Logan, you called the Austin Eckler dip before the year started. That was a pretty good call, I'm not going to lie.
He's slowed down, and I think that is a very athletic linebacker group for the Ravens. Very athletic.
Yeah,
and
Queen
old.
and Roquan.
It's a weird front seven they got over there because they've got Jadeveon Clowney and Kyle Van Noy coming at you from the edges, which are like 2 people you consider like kind of washed, and then you got Roquan and.
Weird thing to bring up.
Wild.
Did you guys see Kyle Van Noy get destroyed like 2 weeks ago? Yeah. I think it might have been like Cedric Tillman that absolutely killed him and stared him down like on a block. Hilarious. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
Oh no, that's I only had 2 for that too.
Oh, okay, cool. I can hit up the sits then. I'm gonna start off with Russell Wilson versus the Browns. Logan, I don't mean to hit on the Broncos.
Yeah, keep hating. No, keep hating.
Really tough matchup. We know Cleveland's defense is absolutely elite. Pass rush is great. And the Broncos, yes, have been on a tear. And maybe they could win this game because the Browns are having a troubling quarterback situation. But Cleveland's defense is elite, and I think they have a chance to shut down Russell Wilson. Then I've got Amari Cooper versus Denver. Same game. Cooper, obviously the quarterback play has not been there. And I think he's going to suffer as a result, continue to suffer. And Logan, Denver's defense been on a tear recently. They've been allowing not a lot of points per game. And I think bad matchup for Cooper. So go ahead and keep saying
Patrick Surtain.
Yep, Patrick Surtain,
the best corner in the league.
Ron Bland, but he'll be there one day.
It's a combination of bad matchup, tough corner on him, bad quarterback play, and then my last one. Same game, man. Javonte Williams versus Cleveland.
I have that as well.
Tough D line to play against. Logan, you can't be mad. I sat
yeah,
a
I'm not
Cleveland
going to
player.
start him, but
Yeah, I sat a Cleveland player too.
Wait, were all three of your sits from the same game?
Yeah, I didn't actually know till now. It just I looked at him, just happened to do it. But Javonte Williams versus Cleveland. Tough run defense. He hasn't been super efficient the last couple weeks, and they've been passing the ball. I mean, a decent amount, and I mean the efficiency hasn't been there. He's been getting a lot of carries, but not a lot of yards. And now they're facing an even tougher defense, so maybe considering put him on your bench. So those are my sits.
Yeah, I just want to say something real quick about the Broncos. Like, I think Russell Wilson is doing great.
Oh, fantasy wise,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, he's looking great in real life, but fantasy wise, he's doing horrible. And it's not like.
Here's the thing about Russell Wilson is he just isn't there for the first 58 minutes of the game, and our defense is like playing for everything.
Yeah,
and it's a 1-score game, 2 minutes. Russell Wilson, rises from the grave. He's Cortland Sutton. Boom. Go catch this in the end zone.
Toe tap.
3 games in a row that he's made catch of the year candidates. So it's wild, man.
Crazy.
But it's fun to watch. I'm having a blast watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, my sits are James Cook, already said. Javonte also already said, and then I've got James Conner versus the Rams defense.
You're flipping it.
And. Yeah. So he's had like 73 yards in the past 2 games. He had the exact same amount of points in the past 2 games. And I'm like, 7.3 points, that's just not good. And this is a harder defense than he's played yet, so I just don't.
Sorry, what's the matchup?
Rams.
I just realized that I put James Cook as a sit, and I read him, and I started talking about how good he was.
I was about to say something about that, but then I was like,
I was so confused when I read it. I was like, why would I? I was like, that's a bad matchup for him. And I was like, well, he's looked good, so I tried to cover up my thoughts from earlier. But then, I sat him.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but you just kept going, so I was like,
Yeah, I think, dude, I don't think they'll be good, but
we're freaking scatterbrained this week. It's crazy. We're off topic and everything. If that's all we got for, wait, do you have another?
I have something I want to talk about.
Sure,
I was hoping one of you had them started or sitted. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the value of Joe Mixon? Did it go up or down?
Up.
You think so? I think it went down.
Sorry, what were the stats? I'm pretty sure he was inefficient, but I don't exactly remember.
I don't care about the stats about that. I'm talking about, for the future.
Oh, like in relation to Joe Burrow?
Because he doesn't have a quarterback. Because you might expect him to run the ball more, but also the run game will be less efficient.
I'm going to say...
I think they're going to run it to him more, and I think that's been his problem. He hasn't been getting consistent carries.
But I don't know. Is he good enough of back to...
We don't know. Something I haven't thought about.
Has he ever averaged over 4 yards a carry? I don't think he has.
I just don't know. His life.
I don't know if he...
I'm going to say...
It could be 40 carries a game.
I'm going to say it's a boost, but a really small boost, because I don't know if Jim Mixon can hit. I mean, obviously he's had great games, but
because I was going to start him,
I'm not sold,
don't know what
his
value is, so I wanted to ask you guys.
I mean, obviously start him if you have him, because they're not going to throw the ball as much.
No,
but
probably
he's not going to be like a top 5 running back or anything.
I don't think this skyrockets his value, but I think it could decrease it. I think this could decrease it because I think the offense will just be bad.
Or more predictable. It could be a lot more predictable.
And they'll just be bad. I think the offense will just be bad. And if you're in a bad offense, you just won't produce.
And if you're in a negative game script where you're losing, you're not going to run the ball as much.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you're playing from behind, you're going to throw the ball. So
he also just became a riskier player, I feel like, now. Because when you have Joe Burrow, you're getting towards the end zone a lot more. And so you have a chance at that goal line carry. But now there's just him. He's got to make the plays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that makes him a lot riskier. So, yeah, we'll see more of him later on, I guess.
He's an interesting trade candidate if your league hasn't shut the trades down already. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Look into that if you want to.
It's a weird trade time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I was gonna go to our Thanksgiving one, but you guys said you only have like one waiver each, so I said we just fly through waivers real quick.
Mine's Jaden.
So
Okay. Zach Charbonnet.
Graham, what was yours?
Jaden Reed.
Jaden Reed, Zach Charbonnet. Mine, I have two. Ty Chandler, Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed, good game. Ty Chandler, solid game. Nothing needs to be said.
And Zach Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker might be out for a game or
Yeah.
two. So
Yep.
Boring week of waivers.
yeah.
Very
As
boring.
the season goes on, it's just guys
Yeah.
are still playing.
There's no one's gonna come out of the blue and do stuff at this point in the season. So
I try to be
Probably.
optimistic about waivers usually, but this week is just
Yeah,
not
it's just
feeling it.
bad. It's just
Boring waiver week. So let's go to our Thanksgiving segment. This is give me a couple guys, coaches, players, former players you would want at your Thanksgiving dinner, what they would bring. So
Can I please go first?
yes, go ahead.
are we doing them all at once or
Yeah, sure, yeah.
what's the deal?
Let's go
Kick them all
at
once.
So credit this idea to Joe. This was Joe's idea.
Was
a
it?
great one.
No, it was my idea. Joe
Oh, it
just
was
texted
Logan's
you to
idea.
say it, yeah.
Okay. I
Oh
read it
yeah,
wrong.
I was gonna say that was not my
Credit all of
idea.
it to Logan.
But
Take it back.
Or to me if you want to, you can credit me.
yeah,
No,
you know what?
I won't complain.
all of our haters. That was Joe. Joe is the guy in the middle that commented that. So
Hey, what is it? Grind while they sleep so you can live while they dream.
We're
our
not making
motto.
that a thing.
we're not.
Yeah, no way.
Anyways, you
All
got it.
right. So at my Thanksgiving table, we're kicking this off. Keenan Allen for the Native American representation from the Lumbee tribe.
Really?
So
Wow.
we're taking it all the way back to the first Thanksgiving.
Wow.
And you guys know what he's going to bring, right? Like, just give me some guesses.
Butter.
No, he's going to
It's
bring
all over
rain.
his fingers.
He's going to bring rain.
Oh.
Water. Through his rain dance.
Uh,
And I've actually got a Lumbee rain dance that I found for you guys. Let me just
What?
get it up here.
Oh, so he's actually like from that tribe, kind of?
Yeah.
Like he's descendant?
He's
really?
descended from the tribe.
Wow.
Give a little Sarah Lee love.
I don't think this is it.
I don't think that's it. It's like an actual thing. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, this is actually Keenan Allen.
I don't think so.
No, it's not.
But yeah, so he's bringing the water.
That's interesting. I didn't know he was Native American descendant.
Yeah, that's actually kind of
Good find. Good
Yeah.
find.
Good poll.
Good pull.
And the next poll, this is an obvious one. I want Deron Bland. First of all, I
Oh
love
my
the guy.
gosh.
He's the best corner in the league. But he's going to bring the turkey for us, and here's why. He makes the perfect dry, unseasoned Thanksgiving turkey that we all know and love because it's passed down in the Bland family. So we all know the Bland family recipe. Yeah, we've all had that turkey that just made you hate your life.
Yeah. Just made you think you never want to have turkey at Thanksgiving again.
Where the gravy is never enough to cover up the that grandma performed. But yeah, then in my last spot, I've got J.K. Dobbins. This is because I honestly feel kind of bad for him. I just
A pity invite?
What?
A pity invite?
Yeah. Well, no,
it's not.
I just want to hear
I want
from
to talk
him.
to him. I want to hang
And
out with him.
also, he's
Cool
got
dude.
all the time in the world to make everything else that we need at Thanksgiving. So he's bringing
Yeah.
the mashed potatoes and gravy.
I have
Oh,
I have
poor guy.
something
casserole.
I have something
cornbread
along
sauce,
those
apple
lines.
cider.
I have a
You
guy
just
that's
list
doing
off like 20 things.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Logan?
I have a guy that's along those lines of bringing a lot of things because he's
Oh,
got
cool.
free time.
Graham, do you have any more?
Nope, that's everybody.
Well, since Logan mentioned one that he's excited to share, I'll go next.
Oh.
So my first one is Dan Campbell because you know what he's going to bring?
Obviously.
First of all, he's fun to be around, obviously. He's going to bring the motivation. When you have that last forkful into your mouth and you're like, I can't handle you more. Dan, I need some motivation. He's like, he gives you the kneecap speech. go bite off a kneecap and put it on your plate. Eat that too. I will eat like 5 more plates. I want Dan Campbell. Also, cool dude. I feel like he'd be fun to watch football with because he's gonna get emotional about it. He's an emotional football
playing
guy.
on Thanksgiving, so
He can take halftime exists. Logan.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, he'll just skip that game. Just take.
He can motivate me to eat more and fun dude. Next one. I'm gonna make the lame joke. I don't even want to say this, but I was like, "What?" It's Sauce Gardner because he brings sauce,
cranberry sauce,
whatever,
cranberry
gravy. I guess I'll make the joke if no one else is going to. Whatever. And then, and then my last one is actually my second to last one. Sorry, I put an extra. Is not Dalvin Cook because he's so bad I won't make the joke about cooking.
I totally agree with that.
Dalvin Cook is not allowed at my Thanksgiving. And then my last one, there's no joke about it. Just not Kenny Pickett. I also don't want him there. Just not feeling it.
So is this just an open invite, but you're also just excluding people?
Yes. So if anyone wants to come to my Thanksgiving besides Dalvin Cook or Kenny Pickett, I'm not feeling it this year for those guys, They can have their own little thing.
Hey,
they can meet up somewhere and eat their dry turkey.
Somewhere in the dumpster.
They can meet up on the waiver wire and do whatever they want to do there. But that's my list. So
it's fair.
Logan.
Wow. Okay. So my host, obviously, he's gonna host it. Jerry Jones. It's gonna be on his yacht. He's gonna have models and whatever. He's gonna be living his life. He's not gonna bring anything, but he's hosting, so he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You know who's gonna bring everything? A guy who had a lot of free time earlier in the season, had to go back to work. Now he's got more free time.
Oh no.
Kareem Jackson, recently suspended. He will be bringing all of the food because he is doing nothing better. Bum. To be fair, I don't think he deserved the suspension this time, but he definitely deserved the last one. So
yeah, and
it bounces out.
Dude, if you're on watch for making those hits and you already got suspended, don't make another one, man. Just be smart.
He's old. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's just collecting his last checks.
Yeah, he's got to get some hot headlines, now.
Yeah.
And then since everything's gone, you need that cousin who's gonna make some wild remarks. So I have Nick Bosa. And you'd be like, bro, Nick, you cannot say that. Come on, it is 2023. That word is not usable. And I think that's just needed in a Thanksgiving dinner. So that's why
Gruden's in the same boat.
Oh yeah, definitely. But he's not in the NFL anymore.
Get it because the yacht.
Yes, but yeah, Nick Bosa's a need. He'll just add the flavor, and he'll be like, those gas prices, And I think that's a need.
Fair.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
All right, and then I added one little tag on the end of this. Give me one fantasy football, or not even fantasy, just give me a football thing you're thankful for. Just for funsies. It's 3 of the season.
I'm glad that I beat Logan in fantasy football this week.
Lame.
Yeah, loser.
I'm thankful for Deron Bland.
Shut up. You're so lame. I am thankful for 2 players this Thanksgiving football season.
Deron Bland?
No, they are not. One of them, Zach Moss, and it's not just because I'm a Colts fan. That dude stepped the heck up this year, man. Taylor, tough situation, contract, injury. That dude stepped the heck up and was a top 5 running back for 6 weeks. So I'm thankful for Zach Moss this year. My next one, George Kittle. Just more like in a fantasy context. Started off slow, picked it up. He's been great. So I'm thankful for both of those guys. So yeah, there you go. Great, Logan.
Mine is just Sean Payton. It's easy. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm thankful for Sean Payton and all the wonderful things he's done for my life.
Yeah,
all the joy he has brought me,
and all the pain.
He's the guy who's bringing all that.
Well, yeah, it's Sean Payton. I love you, Sean. I know you're listening.
All right. Is it time for Keaton Mitchell update?
I guess, man. It's
solid
kind of a boring one.
Yeah, really? Solid. That's good.
I mean, yeah.
Logan, you got the stats?
Yeah, 8 carries, 33 yards, 21 was his long, and then 1 catch for 8 yards. So it's like good backup running back numbers.
You know what? We can't
over 4 yards a carry. That's good.
We can't be dulled by the fact that he's come onto the scene. You know, this is good. It was a good week.
He'll be fine.
Part of the offense. Exciting.
You know, I bet even Barry Sanders had bad games, which Keaton Mitchell's probably better than Barry Sanders, but
yeah.
And also, that was a good game. So
yeah,
let's go Keaton Mitchell. Let's get him more carries.
What's his matchup next week?
It is the Chargers.
Oh
yeah, because I started.
It was a big game.
It was a start.
Do we want to do projections?
Sure.
Oh yeah, we should. We should do projections.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you got it.
7 carries for 67 yards and 2 receptions for 15 yards and a touchdown.
Oh, receiving touchdown.
Nice. Love it. I'll go next. I'm going to go 9 carries. I think they'll bump it up by a carry or so.
Okay.
Let's go 45, 46 yards. And then 2 catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown. One of them is a big screen. 2 catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown. So, pretty good game. Pretty good game.
Okay. I'm going to go with 5 dang it. 5 carries. 5 carries for 32 yards and a touchdown. I think he'll get a 19-yard running back draw on the right side for a 19-yard touchdown in the second quarter.
Okay. How much time left?
9:46.
And what are the 3 players he stiff arms to get there?
I think they will be Khalil Mack.
Okay.
Okay. I think they'll be Derwin James, obviously.
Yes.
And then I think
Kenneth Murray.
No. Let me think.
Okay.
Who even is on that defense, man?
Eric Kendricks.
Eric Kendricks. That could be one. Yeah. He's washed, to say the least. I would say
he's sticking around.
No, you know what? I'll go with I don't know, man. I'll go with Brandon Staley. He's like
not Sebastian Joseph Day.
No, not Sebastian Joseph Day. Asante Samuel Jr. I don't like him.
I like him. I like Asante Samuel Jr.
Yeah.
What?
Here goes Joe again, naming every single player he knows.
Oh yeah. I'm on a tangent.
I can only think of Joey Bosa because I was thinking of injuries already.
Oh yeah, he's hurt. Yeah. Is he on IR yet? Or?
Probably going to be put on. I don't think it's not yet, but
yeah.
But it wasn't season ending, was it?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, let's be real. How much season do the Chargers have left?
And he's been slowing down this year. He's been.
Man, Khalil Mack's had a good year though.
Oh yeah.
Anything else, guys? I mean, we're gonna have injury, but upset. Yeah,
upset.
Okay, mine is Texans over Jaguars. Jaguars are -1. I think Stroud and Tank are gonna do their thing. Singletary's been good on the ground. Defense has been solid. They're just gonna play well. I think they're gonna beat the Jaguars, who have been good the past couple or the last week. Inconsistent. And I think maybe this is one of our down games, and I think Texans take them.
All right. I've got, of course, as I alluded to earlier, the Giants over the Patriots.
Yeah.
I like them. Them in this one. I don't like the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. I think when you get a matchup that kind of bad, it's kind of just like a toss-up. It's like a toss-up.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really an upset, but I just really like the Giants.
No, you got it.
Top on that.
I think Giants take it too.
I think the Giants. I think first off, they found a superstar in Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh yeah,
I mean he's unbelievable.
I thought you were going to say Tommy DeVito.
No, but Kayvon Thibodeau is an unbelievable player. Dexter Lawrence is an unbelievable player, and I think I can be Kayvon Thibodeau 3 sacks.
Oh, okay.
Defensive player of the year, top 5. I think I'll finish top 5 defensive player of the year voting.
3 sacks and 3 different quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah. Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, Malik Cunningham.
Oh, gosh.
Malik Cunningham.
All down.
Who do you think – who would be your emergency quarterback on the Patriots?
I would be Bailey Zappi. I don't know. I think
no, your emergency, like a different player.
Oh, different player?
Yeah.
Because I thought you meant there was 3.
Who's your emergency? I'm just feeling Ty Montgomery, man.
They definitely have a guy who's been an ex-quarterback, because why wouldn't they?
Ty Montgomery. I just feel it.
Ty Montgomery. Why not Zeke?
Was he a Packer?
Just throw Zeke out there.
No.
Was Ty Montgomery a Packer?
Yeah, he was for a long time. Or maybe not a long time, but at least a couple seasons.
I remember him.
I remember him too. It seems like he should be way older, but he's still in his 20s.
I feel like Mike Gesicki.
Yeah,
Mike Gesicki could really sling the rock.
You think so?
Yeah.
Fair. Graham, who's your fake emergency?
You and J.C. Jackson.
No, yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
No, I was just gonna do my upset. My upset is Logan, I don't want to do this to you every week, and I keep hating on your Broncos.
Oh, God, keep doing it. Keep hating.
I know. Listen.
They're going to win again just because you picked them.
I'm just saying, the Browns are an amazing team. And I'm not saying the Broncos aren't a good team. I think the Broncos are a solid team. I just think that the Browns will win this one. So I'm taking Browns over Broncos.
Nerd.
Okay.
Logan, you want to end us off with injury report?
Injury report. It's kind of a big one, you know?
Yeah.
Mark Andrews could come back, maybe. Probably not in for the fantasy season, though, so probably don't worry about that one. And then Deontay Foreman's questionable. Burrow's out. I think everyone knows that.
Yep.
Yeah.
T. Higgins will probably be back, most definitely, but who knows the value there? That value could be a little rough. And then then C.D. Lamb's questionable with an ankle injury.
What?
Okay, fine, time out. I'm pretty sure the Chiefs are losing. Yeah, they are. I heard my mom go, sack him.
Yeah.
I've got it right here. Okay. I'm back in. Where was I? C.D. Lamb, questionable with an ankle injury. Aaron Jones, questionable. He's been questionable all year, though, so who knows?
He has been.
Puka is questionable.
Okay.
And then A-Chain, who came back, got one carry, re-aggravated his knee, is
Real
day-to-day.
Man. That sucks.
He's day-to-day, though.
I hope he plays.
He could play. And then Jefferson, I hope he's back. He should be back, but he's still questionable. And then Carr's got a concussion. Derek Carr does. And then finally, Kyron Williams will be back. You can drop Royce Freeman. You can drop Darrell Henderson.
I love Kyron Williams. Dude, why is Derek Carr always hurt, man? Why is he always hurt? Like,
yeah.
Whatever. Who cares? Do you guys have anything else you want to say? Anything at all? Any deep, dark secrets? All right, fine. This has been a fun Thanksgiving podcast. You guys are our committee. We love having you guys each and every week. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
Have some good time with family.
Not too much, though. That's gluttony. That's a sin.
Yeah, unless Dan Campbell's there and he motivates you too.
Yeah,
so.
true.
And whatever happens, don't let Dalvin Cook in because he's not a good enough football player to eat with you. So
yep.
You can do better.
You can do better. Find a Breece Hall. Man, I hate the Jets. Anyways, yeah, that's all I got. Have a good week, guys.
Yeah.
Have a great week, guys.